Starting from this session, we are going to cover object-oriented programming. We have discussed about procedural programming and object-oriented programming in our first session, but let's do a quick review. Older programming languages, they were procedural. A procedure is a set of programming language statements that together form a specific task. Then procedures typically operate on data items that are separated from the procedures. And in the procedural program, the data items are commonly passed from one procedure to another. What does that mean? So in the old system, different programs pass data through some external data elements. And these data elements can be easily changed without notice. Data in the program tends to be global, accessible to the entire program. If you have a file, for example, a lot of programs can access it. Then data format might change, and thus the procedures that operate on that data must change. That's why we have object-oriented programming. It's centered on creating objects rather than procedures. Objects mix data and the procedure together. Inside the object, you have both data and the procedure. Data in the object are known as attributes, and procedures in the object is known as methods. So this is an example. For each object, it has its own attribute, or called data. Then it also have a lot of methods that is available for other objects to call. Object-oriented programming combines data and behavior through encapsulation. That means data hide away from outside world. So data hiding is the ability of an object to hide data from other objects in the program. Only an object's method can operate on the attributes. So outside the objects, outside programs will not be able to change the attributes of an object. Only the object itself, its method, can change the attribute. That means you have a protection on what you can do, what the outside world can do to your data. And all operations, all data operations must be performed in a certain way that you have created, not someone else have created. Other objects are allowed to manipulate an object's attribute through the object's methods. This indirect access is known as a programming interface.